Hello everyone, I'm Josh Ochs, and on this video, we are so honored to get the chance to hang out with one of my dear friends, and we're going to talk about 10 questions to improve family communication around the dinner table. This is for students, for parents, for really anyone at any time to make sure that we are communicating better, arguing less, maybe taking those precious moments and setting these things aside. I want to welcome Jennifer, the founder of Togather Moments, here today, and we're going to talk all about these. How do we improve family communication? Jennifer, welcome to the video.
Hi, Josh. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
It's so great to have you here today. All right, let's dive in real quick. We've got people joining us from all over the country. And those of you who are joining us live, now if you're watching the replay, I'm so honored to have you here. There's chat boxes and all kinds of other stuff. Look at the resources around you. But no matter how you're watching this, we also have participants. Welcome to everybody. Let us know in the chat box while we're getting started. Let us know what city and state you're in. Let us know what questions you have, arguments, frustrations, and give us, hey, my kids are 13 and 5 years old. We're from this city, this state. Let us know where you're from, what age your kids are, and we're going to dive in. Now, as we go through, Jennifer or myself might even toss in something to say, hey, what questions do you have for us? We'll get to them at the end, but we're so excited to do this. Now, Jennifer, let's talk about you. You've got, how many kids do you have? And give us a little bit of your background.
Yes, I have 4 children. We live in Kentucky, and my children are ages 12, 11, 8, and 4. So we cross the spectrum of toddler up to tween. And our life is really crazy. Here we are talking about family dinner, and I want to make it very clear. We do not have family dinner together every night. I have a husband that travels. This week alone, being that we're in isolation, obviously it's a little different, but we would have had, get ready for this, 10 dance classes, 4 soccer practices, 3 soccer games, 2 track practices, 1 track meet. We are not living the easy life of all having kumbaya family time all together. So that is where I come in. Together Moments is about making all your small moments count through meaningful connection.
I love it. So I love the vulnerability too. Like nothing is perfect. Let's try and make the best of what we have, right? Amazing.
Absolutely.
4 kids, you are a saint. Now, let's talk about the product that you have. Now, everybody watching, listening, no matter where you're at, this isn't a sales pitch. This is an entrepreneur. I personally love supporting female entrepreneurs and also supporting our members, our families who are watching us right now. So this is a win-win for both of us. Talk to us, Jennifer, about your product.
Yes, thank you, Josh. And the reason we're talking about this is because it's about family dinner. My whole business started because of family dinner. So what you're looking at there on the screen is Together for Family Dinner. It is essentially a book, but it's stickers. You fold out sticker pages with conversation starters. There's 105 in there. Here's the deal. I saw years ago that my family was not heading down because we were making the choices, but heading down because of what life would hand us as my children grew up, of face-to-face communication decreasing. And I know that, you know, there's threats that come to us at every angle. And the truth is we cannot avoid it. So what are we going to do? We better make the time we have together quality and realize it's about quality instead of quantity. But I do know that the one place we can always gather in our home is at family dinner. And it is our kitchen table. It's there. We all have to eat. So if we can use it for good, then we can really grab those things out of it and all those positive fruits that will naturally be born in our families and that we want. So today on this webinar, we want to share with you guys things that I have learned simply by having this business, having 4 children, having busy, crazy distractions in my life, and what I've learned from my customers who are people like all of us who just need a better way. So yes, we offer all these products that are awesome. We also offer free resources. And I hope that you walk away from here feeling like you have a plan for how to make it all work.
And at the end of this, if you guys stay to the end, we're going to talk about how you can do a free download. Also, if you stay to the end, we're going to give you these slides. If you purchase one of her products, and once again, I don't get paid to do this. I'm supporting my friend Jennifer so that her magic can maybe make a positive impact on your family, right? This thing that a mom of 4 has decided, the last thing she needs in her life is a home business. The last thing she needs is to be a business owner. Like, she does not need this. Jennifer, I watch you on social media and you're like, I'm having fun and it's a struggle and I'm loving it. And I mean, it's not easy. So we're going to give you guys a free download at the end if you want it. And if you do buy her product, which you do not have to, if you buy it, we'll give you the slides. Okay. Answer this question. What are the 5 benefits of having a family dinner together? Walk us through 1 through 5.
Okay. And I put this on here for you guys out there. What would you naturally say are the 5 benefits for having family dinner together? I'm sure in your head right now, you're just rattling some off.
Anybody that's in our live chat bot, by the way, quick pause. Seppi, Los Angeles, California, 2 boys, 9 and 11, welcome live. Christy is from Noonan, Georgia, 2 kids, 12 and 9 years old. Welcome, Christy Johnson. She's been on some of our other live things. Love you guys. Let us know some questions or frustrations around the dinner table that you have right now, especially if it has to do with these devices, what we call a Ferrari that we give our kids that they're using all the time. Okay.
And I have the same age children, so we're in this together, guys.
I love it.
Okay, so I would say, I'm going to spin this a little and say, why does family dinner even come up as a place that we should choose for connecting in our family? Because there are certainly tons of ways, right? Family game night, family walks, going to sporting events together, whatever it is. But why family dinner? Well, we all know it's a designated place to gather in our home. We have to eat. So it's like something built into our day that's already there, that's saying, take me, use me, just do something good with me. It's there. Number 2, it provides time for us to step away from distractions and commitments. So it's like this breath of fresh air where we don't have anything going on except to sit and be with one another. And again, if those devices get in the way or those things, I think by the end of these slides and what we're talking about, you'll feel like you can really have a plan to feel good about being able to get rid of those.
Yep.
You naturally have a captive audience. Just the fact that you sit at a table looking at each other.
Facing each other, by the way. When you're walking, you're facing, so when you're eating.
Yes, and I will say, I highly encourage, if you sit at the couch currently or sit at your bar counter on your bar stools where you're side by side instead of facing, really try hard to make a new family habit and gather at your table. Again, hopefully by the end of this, you feel like that's going to happen naturally for you. Number 4, it's a place your family can count on to feel positive and safe. Your family needs that consistent place, especially as your kids are getting older, going into these. I know you all that are on here, your kids are entering those tween years. They're going to need a place where, you know, right or wrong, sometimes they feel like the world's collapsing on them. They have tons of homework. Maybe they're not making a sports team. Maybe their friends are mad at them, whatever. They need that place to feel positive and safe. And our family dinners can be that. They really can. Again, you'll feel like you can make it happen if you're not already. And number 5, you have this place at family dinner to just naturally make meaningful communication happen. And I am so passionate about this business because I feel like if our communication breaks down in our families, our family itself is going to face a threat of breaking down. And we have got to protect that and keep it sacred. Again, I don't want you all to think I'm all about all this time. You got to have all this time. It's not. I'm going to show you simple ways to make it squeezed into the small moments.
Yeah, we got a live comment. Seppi says, from Los Angeles, 2 boys, 9 and 11. My older boy likes to read a book while we're having dinner, so he doesn't want to talk to us, but I really want him to share, and he doesn't. It's pulling teeth because I get really, we totally get it. We hear you, and that's normal. Students, I totally get it. All right, let's dive in.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Okay, maybe always acknowledge you love his love for reading. What a great thing to take him into new worlds and imagination and all that. Call him over and have him do some things to maybe get dinner cooking with you, or just to feel a part of that process, so that when it comes time to set the table, you can do that together. And then it's just a natural segue to him already having placed down the book and just sits down, and the conversation is kind of always already going.
I love that. I love it. Okay. Now, anyone can tell us to eat dinner together. Why does it really matter? Why should my family make it a habit?
Okay, so I've shared with you all a couple real stories from my real family of 6. And, you know, our children are little sponges, and they see everything. And even for those little kiddos that don't want to open up, I used to teach high school. I taught high school social studies for 8 years, and it is not a demographic that doesn't want to talk. We just have to reach them in the right way. And, you know, that takes practice and repetition and having the right tools to just give us that little nudge. But I said to my 11-year-old or 12-year-old now, once I said, what do you love about family dinner? Of course, I was doing something for Togather for a post or something. And she said, you know what, Mom, you always give us a life lesson at family dinner. And it's kind of silly and makes you smile, but it's true. My kids know that when they sit down, something good is always going to come out of family dinner, because we've set it up and we've practiced that. And if it's not your way of life already, there are definitely things you can do to make it happen and get there. And if it already is, awesome. There are things you can do to encourage it and make sure that that is a steadfast thing. The second thing that I have up there is, this is from a Togather family who has all teenagers. And they said, our family is so stressed and overbooked that dinner becomes a place where everybody just connects, and they leave feeling refreshed. Even though they leave and go off to their activities up in their room to hunker down over homework, or mom goes off to a meeting, it's a safe haven for them to feel refreshed.
Yeah.
We know we need to have meaningful conversation, but I can't always think of what to say. That comes from a mom who works 70 hours a week. She is a Togather family. And she said, I outsource everything in my whole life because I have to. If I don't, I would have no time with my kids. And she said, family dinner is important to us because I know it's the place where we will have that meaningful conversation, but I can't always think of what to say. Thank you for helping me. You basically helped me outsource my communication, is what she says. And again, you know, there's just different things you can put into place to have other people give you tips for how to make that happen. And the last thing is, I think, something that we all ask ourselves. I mean, the truth is, none of us want to wake up years from now and wonder where we went wrong because of all the craziness that we allowed in our lives. And family dinner goes back to the previous slide. It's just a place that is a constant in our, if it's not your day, because you can't do it every day, at least it's in your week. And you can gather there.
I love it. All right. So walk us through here's some questions we need to ask to improve family communication around the dinner table. Let's, and any students that are watching this, we have a bunch of attendees all over live. Welcome everybody. And students, I know it's difficult, and as none of us really, as a student, really want to talk sometimes around the dinner table, but let's keep this in mind, and maybe you can come up with some ideas that you can contribute to your parents. So walk us through these first 5.
Okay, so these are questions to ask yourself, and as a family, and kids can do this with their parents. Why does family dinner matter to us? Ask each other, why does that matter? What is that going to do for our family if we do this together? And literally make a list. Take some time to do that. What are we willing to give up or put in place to make dinner happen? That would be number 2. Now, that could be something. Right now, we all have this extra time to focus together, but what what do you notice? Maybe you're noticing some more things about family dinner at this point in time, and it's highlighting all your strong points that you've had in place, but maybe some of the negative too. So is your family dinner table clean? Or is it a place where homework gets piled up and you shove it to the side to set the plates? Is it a dinner that you are having on the couch that needs to come to the kitchen table? What are you willing to give up and put in place to make family dinner happen? And if you're saying, well, it won't happen, I think we all need to try, and we need to be honest with ourselves of what we need to let go of to get there. Now, number 3 follows that. Have we made a plan that the whole family knows and can commit to? You know what? I think I changed that. So basically, find out your habits. And sorry, I'm just a little confused here. Okay, let's back up. So you figured out what you need to give up. Let's figure out some habits that we need to add to our dinner experience, that we need to maybe change, and which ones need to be added. So those go in tandem as you're thinking about those. Maybe one habit that needs to be added is something as simple as no one sits down until everybody is ready for dinner. Because you have maybe a 4-year-old who doesn't have a long attention span. They cannot sit and wait 5 minutes for everyone to get there. Then you have the starving teenager who starts shoveling in food before everyone sits, right? So I think that we need to really evaluate those and what new habits need to be added. And then let's make a plan that the whole family knows and can commit to, because everyone has to be on board if you're working with that many schedules. Because the honest point is family dinner has to be scheduled.
And basically, those of you watching this right now, item 2, what are we willing to give up? And then you could jump to item 4. What are current, this is what I'm hearing from you, Jennifer. What current habits about our family need to change? And then you could jump to number 3. Have we made a plan the whole family knows and can commit to? Is that right?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. We can switch that when the slides go out. My bad.
Yeah. And no worries. I mean, everybody that's watching this, these are just great check boxes. It can be in any order, really, right?
Absolutely.
And you're doing great. And then talk to us about number 5. What new habits need to be added?
Yes. So I think, is it as you're looking at dinner, you're probably going to talk about, as you're evaluating your family dinner in your home, do we have children come with devices? Do we have someone come with a book? A book is an awesome thing. I mean, to have your child reading 24/7 is amazing. And then you just need to have those conversations where, all right, what are our expectations for dinner table? If family dinner matters to us because we want it to be a place to connect and grow together and grow stronger, then we need everybody's attention. But guess what, guys? When we sit together, we're going to make it fun. It's going to be awesome. And here's why: because we're going to not have side conversations. Everybody is important. We're going to keep the conversation positive. We're not going to use it to talk about your grades that are poor, or maybe we'll talk about your awesome way that you studied and how I saw you work so hard. But we're not going to talk about negative chores that, everybody, you've been slacking on your chores. Let's keep family dinner table positive, because I think we would all agree that we want our kids, as they grow up and they have these hard times in their lives and they want to come back to us, that they show up at family dinner because they know they're going to be fed not just food, but positive love and acceptance and advice, and they're just going to feel safe.
And they're going to be listened to. Yeah.
Yes.
Love it. All right. We got 6 through 9. We're hearing from Seppi, Los Angeles, California. Positive is what we have for dinner, but it's not always fun, but rather stressful. We don't allow any devices, she says, which is awesome. The book could be seen as a device too, something that distracts us, right? So walk us through 6 to 9. We've got 10 on the next slide.
Okay, so I think that the very first thing that will even set the tone of what the meal is something that unifies us at the table. So for my family, we say a prayer. And if your family prays, make sure you're saying that prayer to just start your meal. If you don't, then I think a really great thing to unify you is everyone has to go around and say something they're grateful for that day. Just a very quick thing, but make it something like a moment, you know. I got a card from a friend. My teacher told me I did great, not just I'm thankful for food. So make it something that unifies you and brings you together just to set that tone.
I like that. All right, number 7.
Ask questions that will not give a one-word answer. I mentioned I was a social studies teacher. I taught US history, and believe it or not, I could get my kids to open up about US history because I learned how to dig deeper. I realized that is not everyone's strong suit. Sometimes it's uncomfortable, but you can word your questions in ways that will not give a one-word answer. So tell me about. Share the story when, like if you know that your child did something great at school, maybe they only shared it with you, puff up their shoulders a little more at dinner and say, hey, Julia, I want you to share with everyone what you did for so-and-so at school today. I thought that was such a great story you told me. And you know what? Be extra enthusiastic because they'll feed off that. Start with, how did you feel when? How did you feel when you sat down and took your test today? I saw you studying so hard for that. Or how do you feel about the fact that you don't get to go to school right now? How do you really feel about this? Let's share about this today, guys.
It's a great way to start it off. And what you're really getting at is you're not asking, did you have a good day? Because then they can answer with a yes or a no. How did you feel? And I love that. We use that in business a lot too. How does that make you feel? Right? And then people are like, well, and they start talking. It works with humans of every single age.
People love to talk about themselves and not in an arrogant way. They want to be heard and listened to and felt validated. And actually, I'm such a big proponent of that. One of the categories in our family dinner game is called Humble Pie, and it's about bragging on yourself. There's 15 stickers. One of the questions is, a risk I took that made me proud was. Teenagers love to talk about this stuff. I'm just saying that because that's a natural, age group. Some people say don't want to talk.
This isn't a sales pitch. I don't get paid to do this. But I'm rooting for you, and I'm rooting for all the families that are watching this. Just a quick side note. You got Togather for family dinner, and you're going to get it says here for Easter. You can talk about the promos later. Togather for Easter. You've got Togather for date night. I remember seeing that on social. A sticker game to gather and talk and grow. Togather for families, right? You got all these. This is such a neat thing. You've got such a great mission. All these different things. But those of you that are watching this, if you're looking for something, and I feel you, I hear you, these are some options. These are like, you're going to outsource some of your discussions so that I showed you earlier. Look at this. One of her daughters saying, here's a sticker. They have to pick this sticker, and they might be like, I'm going to speak. Jennifer, I'm going to speak on your behalf for a second. I apologize. This is my opinion. But let's put ourselves in our kids' minds. Like, this is stupid. My mom is lame, right? There's every kid that's going to think that once in their life. I get on stage and speak to thousands of students, and there was always 10% they're like, ugh, this is lame. Totally fine. They're going through a tough time, whatever. But if they get this sticker book, and before we eat dinner or during, and they have to peel off, one of these stickers that's in a sticker book, all right, then it's something that, Jennifer, you told me a long time ago. It's like something they have to do. You're making the sticker the bad person, and you're like, well, I got the sticker that says, what's one of your favorite things that's happened this week? All right, well, my favorite thing is this, 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 and this. And this little tiny prop, right? Like in a film, it's a prop that they have to put on themselves, is a physical reminder of, if I have to do this, and it opens them up. It forces them while everybody's doing this. They can't go, no, this is stupid. I don't want to do it. They have to do it rather than their parents forcing them. And this is why I'm rooting for this, is because I think it's so important to have a physical object that they have to put on themselves. Am I wrong, Jennifer? How's this?
No, it's true. That's actually why I made it stickers. I'm my customer. I'm the person who needs this. I know that our families, if I just say to my daughter, tell me something that a risk you took that made you proud, she'd be like, Mom, that's so weird. No. But if the sticker says it, you're absolutely right. The sticker says to do it, you do.
Yeah,
and they're fun.
And then also, by the way, they get a choice. They get a choice, and they get to pick one of these. Let's pick the page or whatever. Your family can do it however you want. You know what? You want to have dessert before dinner? You guys get to do that as a family. It doesn't matter. But the point is, they get to pick it. They get to stick it on their plate. Or like me, I'm a dork. They put it on their name badge. And once again, I'm just rooting for families who are watching this. We're recording this. You could be watching the replay. I had a talk with South Africa today. I had a talk one of our other ones, we had somebody from Australia. These issues, frustrations, and difficulty with communication, my friends, are a worldwide phenomenon. They're all over the world. You are going through the same struggles as everybody else. So if you find something, or if you need a resource, here's something fun that you can use. Okay. Back to you, Jennifer.
I very much appreciate that, but mostly just because I'm so passionate and I know this works and I know there's a better way. And you know, when you just want time to slow down so you can focus on one another, you just want the time to feel multiplied. That's what these are for, because the reality is we're not all slowing down. It's just not happening. So if we can figure out a way to really dig deep and connect in 20 quick minutes around a meal, we're going to lay in bed that night and think, you know what? It's okay. I drove to 5 different carpool drop-offs today, but that conversation at the dinner table where I was looking in my kids' eyes and we were all laughing, it made it worth it.
Now, hold on. That is beautiful. But let me tell you something great. Christy Johnson, she says, I love your mission. She's feeling that vibe right now. And this is coming from your family, your 4 children. We love this. Also, Katie Carroll says to everybody, thanks for this webinar, Jennifer. I'm so excited to learn more about this. I have a teen. Which of your products do you recommend for families with teens? We are finding it's hard not to have all our conversation dominated by the current pandemic. Totally get it. The news. We'd love to come out of this time better connected. Katie, that's an amazing question. I appreciate you so much.
I love this. Okay, so Katie, I'm first going to say that I have a customer in California that sent me a random message last fall and said, I bought this because I have 4 teenagers and we needed something to make the positive or communication stay positive and not go crazy at the dinner table. And she said, when we want to stop the game, my children are the ones that say, can we do another round? Can we do another round? Because they just want to be heard. Let me tell you something, Katie, this right here, if you just want to try something at home, this is Togather for road trips. You print it at home. It's 16 sticker questions. It's free. It will start you tonight doing something. I'm going to tell you right now, I've been working on my free website section. Go to free and it looks kind of,
here we go.
Not the easiest, I'm going to tell you. It's in the menu bar. I'm currently trying to do everything. I'm a one-woman show. I have a designer, but I do my website by myself. So
stop it. You're doing everything perfectly.
Thank you. Well, if you scroll down here, you know what? I just might have changed some things, but there's free road trips. But basically, like one of these, this one, Katie says, who should receive these family awards? Perfect attendance, best jokes, creative gifts, cute. Risk taker. So that's something fun. What is one piece of advice that has stayed with you? Everyone share. So what you could do is just print these off and set them on your kitchen table tonight and say, we're all gonna take one. There's one that says, a moment when I stood up for someone was. So I think just, you know, make them get to these moments where they get to feel alive and feel like their opinion matters. Your teenagers, I think you're going to be shocked how this really makes them open up. Can I say one more thing, Josh?
Yeah.
I was at the swim club last summer and a local girl's family was using Togather, and she walked up to me. She's 14 years old. And she said, I want to tell you how much I love the game you made. And I said, oh, thanks. That's awesome. I'm glad you're loving it. I said, why did you just say that to me? What, did something make you say that? And she said, well, last night we did one category. It's called warm and fuzzy, and her dad had peeled the sticker that said, tell the middle child what makes them a valuable part of your family. And he told her how she makes their family run smoothly because she's easy to get along with, and she tries to stop conflict, and she's always happy. And she said, my dad's never told me that. I knew he loved me, but that conversation has never come up. And it was so neat to hear. And I ended up telling her parents, and I guarantee her dad has said that to her many more times because he knew how she received it.
Yeah.
And he's probably said even more things because it just helps your communication skills to become more just comfortable and normal and just natural.
Yeah. I love that. It was a reason to get people out there. I love it. All right. Where did we lose? Let's keep going. This is so great. Does each family member peel a sticker during the meal? Christy Johnson asks.
Okay, Christy, I love that question. So you know what? I call this a game, but don't tell anybody. It's just disguised as a game. There's no winner, except of course, all of you with your great connections. But it's just a tool. So really, I say that because you can do whatever you want. I do have one I just put on my drawer. So you would peel a sticker or unfold it. And if you pick this category, it's called Things That Make Me Go. They're just phrases. What today made you say, that's crazy. That was ridiculous. That made me so happy, whatever. Everyone just peels one and has it at their place setting. And then you just go around and talk. But inevitably what you see happening is that one person will say something and it leads to more conversation because you're building off of each other.
So she has some teenagers. Which one's the best for teenagers right now?
Oh, yes. The family dinner. It's very fun. And
is this the blue? Is this the blue one right here?
It's the blue one, which is in the process of being redesigned to look like the other ones. But that's my first.
I love it. Hey, I'm going to throw this in here for everybody. Once again, these are resources for your family to get through a barrier to just, this is awesome. I got to tell you, I'm pumped, and I don't like everything, but I love this. I'm pumped because it makes a difference. All right. Are we on 8 or are we on 9? What are we on?
We're on 8. We're on 8.
Okay.
So I think what we all have to remember is all conversation starters don't have to be a question, because one thing about talking and listening is pause. Challenge yourself to pause 5 seconds after you say something or after someone says something to you so you can gather your thoughts and know what to say. But if you just said to your child at dinner in front of everybody, hey, I noticed you doing blank this week and I am so proud of you. And you just stop. They might not know what to say, but then another child might say, what was that? Tell me about that. And then they might say, I don't know. And then you just are opening up such a beautiful opportunity for really great, deeper connection. Or, hey, to your spouse, I am so grateful for the way you helped me with this. Thank you for that. And then you are modeling in front of everyone at your table how to say thank you. I mean, imagine all these skills they are soaking in simply because you're being more intentional about how to speak. So
I love that.
I want to recognize your positive qualities. You know?
I hear you. I see you type of thing. By the way, if you're an employer, employees love hearing this stuff. Hey, I noticed you did this. Awesome. This is perfect. This is exactly what we're looking for, right? I mean, these great things, people want to know what you like about them, the things you appreciate about them, the things you noticed, because this world moves so fast.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? These are going to carry over off of the dinner table. If this becomes habit, you're just going to say it when you notice big brother being nice to little sister. You're just going to say, hey, I saw you do that. I appreciate that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Number 9, use quotes.
Okay, this is one of, I think, the easiest ways to bring up a good conversation. Bring a quote to the table that you have heard and ask everybody what it means, or share a story when it applied to their life. So your life. Let me give you an easy example. We have a sign that hangs next to our garage door on the way out of the house. And it's just a little sign, I don't know, 6 inches by 6 inches. And it says, do what is easy. Not that. It says, do what is right, not what is easy. And I remember bringing that to the dinner table one night, not the actual sign, but saying, hey guys, you know what? You walk by that sign every day. Let's talk about what the heck that quote even means. And it started the kids talking, and then it led to some amazing conversations about, my husband and I sharing stories about being adults and having situations where it is hard for us to do what is right instead of what is easy. And, that's just one example. That's the artwork in your home. But ask your kids to say a classroom poster. I've done that with my daughter before, and she has 2 posters over the water fountain memorized. So she says those. They're about building character, which is awesome. I'm sure there's, integrity, leadership posters in your kids' classrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Use a song lyric. There are so many good song lyrics that have so much good to teach.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that when you're even in the car. One that I just love is like a song, Whatever It Takes. I'm just going to say that. I Do Whatever It Takes is about doing whatever it takes, but not in an arrogant way. It's about making a commitment and staying consistent to what you dream about. Think of all those values that are going to come up simply because you chose one line from a song that's got something really good in it.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
And social media, I meant, you see great quotes on social media or things like that.
I used one of yours. Let's dive into number 10, but just real quick, I picked this one specifically. There was one on your Instagram, I think it was a couple days ago, and it's so powerful, guys. With COVID-19, when this time has come and gone, what will you miss about these days with your family? Wow, that's so relevant right now, because we have this rare time to spend all this time together, and we could see it as an opportunity or as this sucks. And I see so many people go, oh, I can't believe this. I got to tell you, I talk with a lot of businesses, a lot of CEOs, and I am telling them this is a rare gift from God. You will never again, hopefully, ever get a gift like this again, because there's so many bad things happening, but you get to spend time. Even the governor of New York gives these long talks, Governor Cuomo, and he says, this is a rare opportunity where my daughter from college is forced to stay at home with her father and listen to these terrible dad jokes that are cheesy, but this precious time I will never get again, right? I mean, just a way to look at this in a positive way. And I thought that was really, really powerful.
Oh,
all right.
Thanks. Can I challenge everybody to do one thing to make sure that sticker question is used for good, like the meat of that. When this culminates and you're on the eve of going back to quote unquote, whatever normal was for your family, I think have a family meeting, sit down and talk about what this meant for your family. I guarantee your children are going to bring some really great things to the table, no pun intended, and say, I can't believe how many family walks we took. We never do that. We've played more games of Foursquare with our kids on our driveway than we were 6th graders in middle school.
Yeah. And another thing too, parents, if you're looking for something during this time, have a goal and a plan. Hey, in the next 3 weeks, while we're doing this and hunkering down, these are the 2 things or 3 things we want to get done, or 1 thing or whatever. And just continually remind your family, hey, we've got this one rare chance. One of my friends has a lot of employees, and he's pulled me in as a bit of a focus to all of his people. How do we focus on what we're going to get out of all this? And I'm focusing them every day on, this is your time to build your standard operating procedures. This is a rare gift for you to work from home. Just look at the positives, remind your family every day of something incredible so that when this time has come and gone, you will realize you took this as an opportunity to get stuff done, whether that means spend time together, laugh together, watch a couple movies together, whatever that is. Come up with goals as a family and remind your family so that when this is over, you have something that you have something to say about it. Okay, number 10.
Anytime we want our good conversation to last in that moment, it's going to, because of the effort that we take to make the conversation flow and continue. Your family is going to feel more comfortable to open up and just be a part of all these moments when they feel safe, when they feel understood, recognized, appreciated. And I think this goes back to the first thing we talked about, making that dinner table positive. I know that, listen, I have 4 kids. I know we have a lot of family meetings about chores and just crazy, if they get in a fight and all that, but we don't do it around a meal. We do it at the kitchen couch or sitting on the steps even, or whatever it might be. We do not do it when food's involved, because we try to keep that a sacred place in our home so that our kids can grow up and they need to feel that from you. We all need to, even us as adults, we want to feel that from each other. So here's some tips to keep this conversation and the skills you are going to start implementing or already do implement, just keep them going, is to be willing to dig deeper and ask the things that matter. I'll give a quick example here. My daughter is in 7th grade. They had a middle school play. Last year she was on set crew. She wanted to have a speaking role, and it was December, and they said tryouts were happening, and she told me she was going to try out, and I asked her what time slot she had signed up for because they were after school hours. This was at breakfast, the last day they could sign up. And I said, honey, which day did you sign up for? She said, I didn't. And I'm telling you, this is a 3-minute conversation. So again, it shows you what you can do in the small moments. I said, what do you mean? You really wanted to try out for this? I'm too scared. I looked at her. I said, Anna, it will take you 20 seconds of courage. All you need is 20 seconds of courage to walk in that room and open your mouth. And when you do that, you're going to feel so good, and just know that you did it. And I don't want you stepping away from this having regret when you're in the back of that stage as stage crew because you didn't want to do that this year. So you think about it. And she sat there and she just looked at me, and on her way out the door, I said, and if you sign up, it has to be Tuesday because you have a dentist appointment on Monday. And she came home from school, and I said, honey, did you sign up? And she said, I did. I'm going on Tuesday. And then it led to this other conversation of, in that moment, I said, Anna, I'm so proud of you. I understand that was scary for you. And I understand you're still nervous to go to that, but you're going to do awesome. And think of what you've already learned. You already did something scary. So the next time it'll be a little easier when something else comes up that's scary. So we have to be willing to dig deeper and make things teachable.
One more notice, what you did with your daughter is so powerful because you also didn't talk about whether she gets the opportunity or not. She just took courage. A lot of people are saying, hey, son, daughter, look how well you did out there. It shows that you practiced, that you worked hard, and you're showing the effort she put in. Love that. Okay. Talk to us about the next one.
Just give compliments, regularly give compliments, even when it's hard. I know, there's conflict sometimes in families, but recognize all the little things. Even if it's just, I notice you're keeping your room clean, or thanks for putting your shoes on the shelf when I asked you to, yeah. Or whatever it is. And the big stuff, like, I noticed you spoke well to that adult that you saw last week, or whatever it is. Just constantly give compliments, because that reinforcement is going to, it's the next one. Encourage and reinforce positive behavior. We are going to see so many good, quick fruits in our children and the strength of our family when we make positive behavior habit, and when we encourage it, and when we just highlight it in our homes. It just is going to multiply. That's just a natural thing that's going to happen.
I asked everybody in the chat box, hey, who's interested in buying Togather today? Let me know in the chat box if you're interested. Once again, this isn't a sales thing. There's a tremendous amount of value here that, Jennifer, it takes a lot of courage to give away all this. And I know that you're going to thrive because you're willing. Your mission is so much more important than any product. It's to help people, whether they use you or not. I love that. So I want everybody, if you're interested today, there is a link in there, especially for teenagers. Her first product is so, so valuable. And then do we just cover the last one?
No. And since you're just saying that, they can enter, you all can put in family time as a code for free shipping right now through the end of March. And I don't even know what day of the month it is.
Yeah.
We're still in March, right? I know we're still in March.
That's really nice. That's really great. But regardless, support a small business. I love it. All right, communication keys.
Thanks, Josh. Communication keys. Okay, here is what I think we all need to know about just any communication we want to move forward with, whether it's employers, in the workplace, with friends, wherever, at the grocery store, and especially in our family. Make it comfortable, keep it consistent, and help it to continue, meaning don't lose a really great conversation or teachable moment because you let the conversation stop. Just keep going. And I didn't talk about this in here, but eye contact. I think eye contact changes everything. And one thing that a friend of mine and I have coined this little phrase for fun, but I think it's true, is when one of your children or anybody really come up and talk to you, a really good habit is to remember stop, drop, and fold. This is if you're on your screen, if you're doing dishes, if you're writing a list, doing laundry, whatever it is, stop what you're doing, physically drop it. And if you are too tempted to take your eyes off the person and pick up what you were in the middle of, fold your hands. Because that changes everything and it gives them attention. And I'm telling you, these last 2 weeks, I have stopped, dropped, and folded more times than I can count because my children have so many demands. But if I don't give them that attention, they walk away and it's not important. And the next time they're quick to not really want to talk to me about it.
I love it. Stop, drop, and fold. I wrote it down, put it on my shirt. Okay, everybody who's listening to this on our podcast, you can click the links below to learn more. These are the 10 questions to improve family communication around the dinner table with Jennifer, founder of Togather Moments, togathermoments.com. Everybody that's watching this, Christy Johnson says, I'm interested in buying it for myself as well as to give gifts for dear friends.
No,
I absolutely love that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I want everyone to leave here knowing that you have a place with the Togather family for awesome resources. And if you follow us on social at Togather Moments, I'm always posting very quick, easy tips, but leave feeling confident that you can do this. You can do this. If you already are, that's awesome. And you can keep that strong family. And if you have some things to work on, that's okay. Again, remember the small moments are super valuable when you make them intentional. You don't have to feel like a failure because you don't have 7 nights of quality meals every week together. It's okay. Make the ones you have really count.
I love that. All right. Some key takeaways. Those of you that are watching right now, listening for all over the world, you know that Smart Social keeps kids safe on social media so they can shine online. I want to give you just a little bit of wisdom for social media. If you don't hear it from us somewhere else, please consider being on the same apps your kids are using. That's going to open up a dialogue as well so that your kids, it lowers the barrier for them. Don't let your kids sleep with your phones, please. The science is in, it changes their sleeping habits. They need so much sleep to grow and thrive. There's so many outside threats. Consider taking their phones out of their bedroom. They aren't going to want that, but they'll thank you when they're older. We've got a free Smart Social app I want to tell you about here in just a moment. You get every Tuesday and Thursday. There's weekly updates and fantastic stuff. I've also got a membership someday if your kids want to know how to shine online. We have all these positive, amazing videos. What comes up in your students' Google search? How to set up Instagram for a positive impact. We just reshot this. It teaches your kid how to brand their Instagram. It is incredible. I shot it earlier this morning. Every 90 days we update it, and it teaches professionals and students, if you're going to be on this app or before you're on it, here's how to use this with a purpose instead of a pastime. We've got how to set up LinkedIn to come up first and shine online. It's so much more than avoiding the internet. It's so much more than, it's not just about communicating, it's communicating in a way that opens up that communication, as we've talked about today. And here it's, how do you do it the right way? Before your kids are on it, while they're on it. We've got how to set up Pinterest. So when you come up, it's like, wow, colleges and employers can see you shining. Parents, we've got a Facebook one. If you have a job, which if you're a billionaire, then we should talk, right? Offline. But if you're like the rest of us and you've got to shine online and put your best foot forward, Jennifer's being seen and interviewed every single day because she's a small business owner and people are watching before they buy. They have to fall in love with her before they fall in love with the product, right? And that's why we have all these things. How to set up Twitter for students in a positive way. So if they are on it, or even if they aren't, they learn how to brand themselves. How to be on YouTube. We've gotten kids into college just with this video. It is unbelievable. And then we have a ton of safety videos. Parents, you want to learn TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram from a parent safety perspective to know how predators are thinking on there so you can keep your kids safe. These are the courses for you. Smartphone and social media agreement. This is how to set up your kid's phone with your iPhone so that you can have one phone controlling the other. It's amazing. This one alone, the 10 safety features, the parental control, I think is world-class. I spend a lot of time. Now, real quick, those of you that are watching right now, we got a free iPhone and Android app. You click on the App Store and you go to search box and you type in Smart Social. I spent a bunch of money on this out of my own pocket, dedicated my whole life to this. Smart Social, you can download it. We have 91 reviews every single week. You're going to see that on Tuesday and Thursday. My team updates. What is the Marco Polo app? Is it safe? House Party app. Is it safe? Right? All the hottest things right now. And you've got free resources in there and everything else. We're keeping you safe online, guys. We got a lot in store. You can click the links below. We're going to open it up to some questions. Hey, Jennifer, I want to thank you for today. Thank you for all these communication tips and all this great stuff. What do you want to leave families with?
Well, first, Josh, I want to say thank you to you. I mean, I hope the viewers and listeners here realize just how much you care. You and I have talked a lot, and I know you said this before. You are not doing this to become a millionaire. You are doing this because you are so passionate about helping families and protecting their kids, but setting them up for success. And you do it because you truly care and you have so much to share that you know you can't keep it secret. And I thank you for that, because we all know this world has enough threats on the family as it is, as it stands, and just we're all swimming upstream most days to create the families that we want. And keep the families we want. So thank you for that.
I really appreciate that. And for everybody watching here right now, we want to thank all of you. Those of you listening online, you can learn more at smartsocial.com. You can also click the links below to go to togathermoments.com. For everybody that's been watching us live, Togather Moments, once again, this is what it looks like. And she does have a free link. Jennifer has some cool free stuff up at the top. You can go to togathermoments.com. You can click on the free link, and she has a tremendous amount of downloads that you can use. So get started with that. Whether you pay her or not, consider getting started. At smartsocial.com, you can click on the membership button up at the top, and it will take you to learn.smartsocial.com, and it walks you through all of our courses that are changing the trajectory of how families use their phones. We are done with using them as a pastime. We are all about a purpose. We are rooting for your children to be successful in their career, in their college, in their internships, and we're going to use these Ferraris to get them from point A to point B safely so they can shine online. Thank you for everybody for watching us here today. I'm so thankful. We'll see you on the next episode, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you, guys.